Cancel everything, everybody. WrestleMania weekend's done, everybody. WrestleMania weekend is done. There is no way they can top. WrestleMania can't top this. There's nothing that can top NXT. Nope. It's done. Let's call it a weekend, everybody. It's over. It's done. Yes. Okay. I have had this hierarchy system, which is only two things, for NXT TakeOvers. There are extraordinary shows, and there are legendary shows. Extraordinary would be almost every single takeover besides two in the legendary category: NXT TakeOver R Evolution and NXT TakeOver New Orleans. NXT TakeOver Brooklyn 3. Now, New Orleans joins the group. Yeah, Philadelphia, it could probably make it to that list. However, it needed to be a very, very high expectation for me. Philadelphia had the 5-star matchup, which does give it a huge pointers. So, yeah, I'm going to have to put it somewhere in between legendary and extraordinary. But yeah, New Orleans now joins the two top elite shows, R Evolution and Brooklyn 3, in NXT TakeOvers the World of legendary proportions. So, let's get right into this. The kickoff actually, pre-showed, build up the show, and it was only just an hour, whereas WrestleMania is going to have 2 hours of this, and it's not going to really do anything, except suck. So, yeah. But, yeah, we actually got some storyline progression regarding Adam Cole, how he's now being forced to fight to start the show off in the six-man ladder match for the North American Championship. I'll get to that in a moment. And how he's expressing how his frustration is that William Regal's screwing him over and whatnot. And I just said, are they building a William Regal versus Adam Cole? Because that would be actually kind of freaking awesome. Come on, let's do it. Let's see these two go at it, especially now. And sure enough, we get our opening match for the 6-man ladder match to determine the first ever NXT North American Championship. When I had heard about this title, I was excited. Normally I could say, more titles? Do they really need more titles in WWE? Because there are so many, but NXT only has 5 titles. Well, 4 and 1 kind of there. They have the NXT Championship, which I'm now just calling the NXT World Championship because that's what it basically is at this point for me. They have the NXT Tag Team Championship and the NXT Women's Championship. I could say the UK is part of the NXT brand. However, they're still trying to get that whole UK show off the ground, so it might not be there this year afterwards. So, yeah, the idea of a North American Championship could fill the void. But, yeah, the UK show's still in the debating category, and we don't know if that's going to happen if that's not still in the works. But, yeah, now they have 4 titles and a half. Don't get me wrong, the UK title is freaking awesome. But, yeah, anyways. Here's what when I saw Triple H unveil the design, I was like, that is freaking old school. That is the biggest amount of old school nostalgia any fan could probably buy into. It looked beautiful, glorious. Everything about the title just looks so beautiful. It's so old school designed. And then I found out that there's a reason why it was called the North American Championship. Because originally, NXT, I don't want to talk about the other side of the coin yet. NXT wanted to create the NXT Television Championship in honor of Dusty Rhodes, a title that he made famous during his time outside of WWE in the territories in WCW. However, Vince McMahon stepped in and got in NXT's business for some reason and said, no, I don't like television titles, so change it. So they changed it to North American title, which I'm wondering, and I was pissed off at that. I was like, Vince, Stay out of NXT's business. You have no respect for the talent there, so if you don't respect the talent there, you shouldn't get involved in their business. But I wasn't going to let that deter me from enjoying the show, because I knew these guys are going to be awesome in it. It's Adam Cole, Ethan Carter III, or EC3, Killian Dane, Velveteen Dream, Lars Sullivan, and Ricochet, making his big debut with EC3 in NXT. And, oh my god, this was beautiful. This was awesome. And really, everyone got a chance to shine here. Like, yeah, normally you would just expect the big man to dominate, and then and then you would have this big guy, have this other guy do this huge, spectacular spot, and then the ultimate winner would be just someone in the background, sort of, unless in this day and age now in WWE system. But no, NXT said, no, fuck that. We're gonna throw out all the cliches and let everybody shine. Like, they gave Lars Sullivan time to shine, Killian Dane time to shine, Ricochet time to shine, Adam Cole time to shine, EC3 time to shine. Velveteen Dream shined the biggest, brightest, because, oh my god, he was just awesome. And everyone was chanting, they wanted Velveteen Dream. Like, everyone wanted to see Velveteen Dream win. Like, everyone hated Patrick Clark when he was on Tough Enough. Now they just want to see Velveteen Dream. And here's the kicker. He's 22 years old. I thought he was like at least a couple of years older. I found out that he's 22 and I was like, oh god. He's my age. And he's main eventing shows. Or, well, at least stealing the show. And he's only been wrestling for like 4 years. This year will be his 4th year in wrestling, and look what he's doing. Doing match of the year quality performances in a developmental territory as Vince sees it as. So yeah, it was awesome. Now, Ricochet really needed to show that he can deliver in the NXT world, and sure enough, he did. But Killian Dane delivering suicide dives, yeah. And Sullivan really showed off his true talent, like his toolbox. They really showcased his abilities. And EC3 was playing the role of the top of the 1%. And I was like, yeah, imagine if this was, if this gimmick was around during the whole Occupy movements going on a few years back. Imagine if that was the case. Yeah, that would not have been pretty. That he would have gotten back then would have been really bad. Like, there's still that huge debate about the 1%, but yeah, if this was like as hostile as it was back then, when the whole Occupy this, and this, insert place here, yeah, he would have gotten a lot of more heat than he does now, but yeah. EC3 and Adam Cole teaming up, that was awesome. And Adam Cole does Super Kick Party, the sequel. And fans just loved it, chanting, Adam Cole, Adam Cole. And then Velveteen Dream seized his opportunity by doing top rope elbow drops on Ricochet, on Adam Cole, on Sullivan. And in fact, in the process, he launched himself higher in the air than the title. Yes. And the war continues, and then Mauro Ranallo stole the show with his commentary and stole WrestleMania weekend by saying, this is NXT's version of the Infinity War! And I was like, yes, they literally said that this was NXT's version of the Infinity War. That's how awesome this was getting. Oh man, that was just so funny. And I thought, no way is Marvin L going to top this tonight at least. He's going to top it, but then he would top it again later in the night. I'll get to that when I get to that. But, yeah. And Dream even delivered a Death Valley driver to Ricochet on a ladder. And yeah, and EC3, like, okay, yeah, I was surprised he was still moving after being smashed by Killian Dane through it, when he was underneath the ladder when Killian Dane did the Big Van Vader maneuver. Um, yeah, that was kind of awesome. And Adam Cole was on top of him. That was just hilarious. And then, right before Ricochet could achieve his dream of capturing the NXT North American Championship, Adam Cole swindled his way through, knocked Ricochet off the ladder, and won the title. I am Cole, master of the manipulation tactics. Oh man, this was awesome. We got Sullivan and Dane ready to start killing each other. I would like to see them feud, honestly. And Sullivan and Dane basically were Godzilla versus King Kong, though except you don't know which one is King Kong and you don't know which one is Godzilla. And yeah, and I did love when Ethan Carter III, EC3, went ahead and yeah, he went ahead and taunted Adam Cole by doing the EC3 baby, much to Adam Cole's anger. Like, that was the face that says, "You dare steal my name." And yeah, apparently the commentator said that Ethan Carter III earned all this money to be in the 1% because of all the restaurants his family owns. Yeah. And Cole, like, just a few days or a day before, Triple H said that he sees Adam Cole being a future main event player in the WWE. And I was like, I wouldn't be surprised if they let him win this. And sure enough, he won it. And like I said, NXT has this vibe where it feels like even though they lost the match, it felt like something was earned out of it. Like, could you imagine anything going on be replicated on the main roster? No, not really. And everyone was saying the same thing. I feel bad for the match that has to try and beat that a little bit, or at least try to get the crowd back in. And that match was Ember Moon versus Shayna Baszler. And yeah, here's how they did this. They managed to not top the match, but able to make their own thing out of it. See, they knew they couldn't top the quality of performance, especially it being Shayna Baszler's early run in NXT and wrestling in general. But they knew they could use the UFC style of psychology. And yeah, it was it was freaking awesome. I really did cringe when we see Shayna Baszler going ahead and slamming herself into the ring post to try and get her shoulder back into place, and it was like, oh god, like even main rosterville would never do something like that. Like, even they wouldn't do that, as if to say NXT says, yeah, screw the think of the children excuse. Let's do it our way. Let's try and actually show that there are people that willingly will do anything to win. And yeah, and Ember Moon does her signature stunner maneuver outside the ring, which was awesome. Something I actually played in the game of WWE 2K18 Universe mode. I actually did that maneuver outside the ring. I think it was on during the Ember Moon Asuka match I had on there, but there's been so many matches I don't remember which one. But yeah, and they even went with the whole, and they even had a special entrance for a special performer play Ember Moon's theme song. Ilzy Hale from Hailstorm, and yeah, it was just glorious. So, yeah. Ultimately, Bowser managed to reverse Ember Moon's confidence, and we actually get this 3 to 5 minute chokehold Shania puts her in, and you actually do think, oh, what if she could actually kick out of this? She's pretty close, and they actually played to that, toying with everybody's expectations, thinking Ember Moon was going to retain. And nope, she passes out from the pain, and the referee called for the bell, and Baszler is now NXT Women's Champion. Yep. And 2 of the 4 horsewomen were there. Where's the third one? I forgot the other one. I know Shayna Baszler is in the 4 horsewomen, but where's the other one? I would have loved to see her as well on there. So, yeah, they really delivered in the psychology department. They knew they were not going to be able to top the ladder match. So, they had to work something else in order to get something memorable out of it. And sure enough, they succeeded on that. Now we get to Roderick Strong and Pete Dunne versus the Undisputed Era versus the Authors of Pain in the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic NXT Tag Team Championship match. Yeah, oh yeah, they brutally burned each other up. And yeah, Adam Cole was killed. Yeah, he got slammed through a table, and I was like, well, that's it, he's dead, everybody. It was a nice run, Adam Cole. You died twice. You were poisoned by the Young Bucks, and now you've been smashed through a table. Yeah, he has a death count and somehow lives through it. Yeah. So, yeah, Kyle O'Reilly really actually went pretty awesome in this, and Pete Dunne was great. I had a feel I wanted Adam Cole to actually do the unthinkable and actually persevere through the injuries and win the match for his team, because the idea Adam Cole could join with Chris Jericho and Seth Rollins pulling double duty and winning both matches would actually have been pretty freaking awesome. Like, and this is Jericho and Rollins, and they beat the 2 top people in WWE of their time back to back. And Adam Cole had a chance to make history by beating not 2, but 9 NXT superstars in one night. I would have said, well, that's it. Call it a career, Adam Cole. There's no way you can get bigger than this. Sadly, Adam Cole was thrown out of the rest of the match after being slammed through a table, and Kyle O'Reilly had to move on without Adam Cole in this matchup. And yeah, it looked like it was turning into a tornado tag team, triple threat tag team match. It was pretty freaking awesome. And yeah, I knew the Authors of Pain weren't winning. I knew that Pete Dunne and Roderick Strong are not an official team, so therefore they're not going to really stay together. And then, so I thought the Undisputed Era was going to find a way to get through. Adam Cole was going to get back up and find a way to persevere through it and steal the victory for his team. Nope. Instead, Roderick Strong shocked the system when he went ahead and betrayed Pete Dunne and gave the victory to Kyle O'Reilly and joined the Undisputed Era. Yep, he's now a member. And Bobby Fish was there to join in on the celebration. So now they are a 4-man faction. So how are they going to beat so who's going to be able to topple this powerful faction now that they hold the North American titles and the tag team titles? Well, there's only one faction I believe can beat them. The British Strong Style. Yep, I want to see that match. The Undisputed Era of Adam Cole, Kyle O'Reilly, Roderick Strong, and Bobby Fish when he gets healed up, to take on the British Strong Style of Tyler Bate, Pete Dunne, Trent Severin, and joining up with them is Wolfgang. That would be awesome. Do it. Like, come on. I have confidence that NXT might actually do it because NXT actually likes to care. And yeah, Roderick Strong finally. Roderick Strong joined up with them, and now, yeah. So Strong and Dunn might be having a feud and might bring in their respective factions inside and go to war, which will be legendary. In fact, I can see them doing a War Games. Oh god, do it. Do it! So anyways, Roderick Strong, who had resisted joining the Undisputed Era, finally gives in after so much frustration and decides to join the dark side. Give in to your anger and let the hate flow through you. And that was quite the shocker. And I was like, wait, if this is the shocking moment we usually get, then who's going to really be... What's going to really be shocking? Well, in terms of surprises that no one saw coming, yeah. Now we get to high quality match, but sadly we'll never be able to beat Johnny Gargano versus Andrade Cien Almas because it would be too impossible to do so. Aleister Black versus Andrade Cien Almas. Holy crap, it was awesome. I'm like, it's not going to beat the Johnny Gargano versus Cien Almas match at Philadelphia, but yeah, they did a hell of a job on this. And I did love how they let Vega get interfering in the match over and over and over and over and poisoning the well that yeah, that's gonna be that was actually pretty awesome. And yeah, and there were times I thought Aleister Black was gonna lose. Like, they mentioned how he's never lost a singles match, but he has lost a match in multi-man matches and suffered a pinfall, but he never lost a singles match. And I was like, well, they could do it. I mean, like, after Cien Almas delivered a hell of a performance at Philadelphia, it would be kind of easy to let him keep the title run and continue running with the title, considering he can keep going at this level. So, yeah. No, instead, Aleister Black defeats Cien Almas and gets the NXT Championship. And I really loved how Vega, like I said, trying to get so involved in this match, but it ultimately became of her client's undoing. Yeah, I was surprised they didn't do a romance angle. I was expecting that at times during when I first saw them. I was like, so are they going to be the storyline couple? But no, they don't really do it. They instead just say that that this is a business relationship, not a personal relationship. So yeah, that's unique. And yeah, and there was even the cringe moment where you wince seeing Cien Almas repeat the same thing he did to Johnny Gargano and smash Aleister Black's head into the ring post. Yeah, that happened, but instead we get the alternative ending where Aleister Black actually survives it. Yeah, and yeah, it was pretty brutal. And sure enough, Aleister Black persevered, and he's possibly been really great since Velveteen Dream happened, and that was probably his best achievement to get over in the NXT division. So, yeah, Aleister Black is now your NXT Champion of the World, and nothing is going to stop him. Well, and also, Andrade Cien Almas, he has a little business to finish up with Drew McIntyre when he gets back. He's even said Drew McIntyre is vowing to get revenge on Almas before going back after the NXT title. So that's going to be something. Aleister Black versus Drew McIntyre could be awesome. And now we get to that match. A storyline that has lasted for over a year. A non-sanctioned NXT bloody match. Johnny frickin' Wrestling Gargano versus the evil, dark, blackest hearts, Tommaso Ciampa. And oh, okay, Tommaso did the impossible. He has made the NXT fan base hate his guts. All throughout this match, they were 100% on Johnny Gargano's side. Ciampa was not getting cheered at all. And yeah, this was... holy shit. This was something. And the referee, Drake, I'm not trying to pronounce his last name since I don't think I can get it, sported an all-black referee's outfit, complete with gloves, really selling this unsanctioned stipulation, which says something. And Ciampa is just getting these F you Ciampa, F you Ciampa, fuck you Ciampa. And everyone was on Johnny Gargano's side, and I was like, this is what a heel has to be. You have a chance, Vince, to make Roman Reigns that level of hate, and you kind of did, but now for the wrong reasons, and it's reached to a point where now they kind of want to kill him in real life, which is kind of dark. Oh, not kind of, it's pretty freaking disturbing that there are fans, that there are, quote, people out there that want that to happen. But they were, this was like, okay, this is why I said for many videos, if Triple H was in charge of Roman Reigns' booking on the main roster, we would have had a completely different career for Reigns. But yeah, this fight was intense, was brutal, was insane, and there were a lot of highlights that even I can't get into, but I'll try and get some of the top highlights for me. Number one is Tommaso Ciampa being a jackass and stealing a man's crutches. Oh yeah, they did that. He went into the crowd, took some guy's crutches, and the guy just said, "Hey man, what are you doing?" And he needed them. He did look like he was actually hurt, and thus they really painted Tommaso Ciampa as the psychotic madman. And he even repeated his little goodbye to Johnny Gargano. Number two, Mauro Ranallo proves to everyone that he is the second coming of Jim Ross and the next great commentator in WWE since JBL's gone, and that makes it easier for him to yell out, to call Tommaso Ciampa a sadistic son of a bitch. He said that on the show. Oh god, they really did mean we're going all out with this match. And this match lasted near over half an hour. I said I wanted to see it go over 30 minutes. I got it. It went over 7 of the 30 minutes. And then we got some moment where I actually loved it. Johnny Gargano was now grabbing hold of one of the crutches, and he wanted to strike him down with all his anger, but then stopped. Apparently, like, I really did feel like this was a missed opportunity to have the commentator saying, like, he doesn't want to be like Tommaso Ciampa. He doesn't want to go down that path, even though he's kind of gone down. He's scratched the surface of going down that dark side. Something that they did with Sami Zayn and Neville, where Sami Zayn didn't want to cross that path. They could have done it here, and they really should have. But yeah, everyone was all intense and wondering, do it. Do it. Strike him down. Give in to your hate. Use your aggressive feelings. Boy, let the hate flow through you. But sure enough, Gargano reveals... Gargano is revealed to have suckered Ciampa in and applied the STF using the knee brace, and Ciampa chapped out. And Johnny frickin' Wrestling Gargano got his job back. Candice LeRae hit the ring to celebrate with her husband after the match, and we get an actual happy ending to an NXT TakeOver. Yes. And oh my god, the elevation of this was a war. This was war! War! The only way I see them somehow... This now joins Chris Jericho and Shawn Michaels, and Triple H and Shawn Michaels in the unsanctioned list of great matches. They are now joined with... Now Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa join the Elite. Jericho, Michaels, and Triple H. There is only one way they could top this match. Hell in a Cell. That's the only way I see that they could ever top this unsanctioned matchup. Triple H and Shawn Michaels did, going 40 minutes. And yeah, and now we have a debate. Is this the best match since CM Punk and John Cena at Money in the Bank 2011? Well, it's going to have to fight Almas and Johnny Gargano to top that, but we'll see. This was phenomenal. The show was phenomenal. This is what I want out of a wrestling show. Delightful, passionate, and enjoyable, with investment and caring about the characters. But whereas we get this, we're reminded that this is part of the same company as WWE. The company that has contempt, that brings out frustration, that brings out anger, that don't care about what the fans want, that basically do the big middle finger. And I will talk about Raw 25 when the WWE Network does their WWE 24 special on it, if they don't address it. But, yeah. There is no way WrestleMania is going to win. WrestleMania lost. It lost before it started. There is no way. Here's the thing. There are only 5 matches on NXT TakeOver. WrestleMania has twice as many matches. Less is more, Vince. Less is more. There is... Like... Dave Meltzer needs to give it a 6-star rating. I want to see Dave Meltzer give it a 6-star rating. It has to join up there with Kenny Omega and Kazuchika Okada. Like, the story was there, the characters were there, the investment was there, the disdain for them was there. And I had said on Twitter, and I wanted to get this trending, where I basically cut an ECW style promo of Paul Heyman from One Night Stand and say, in honor of Triple H, let's say this for the whole world to listen to. This ain't Ring of Honor. This isn't New Japan Pro Wrestling. This isn't Monday Night Raw. This isn't SmackDown Live. This isn't WCW. This isn't even CW. This is ain't even WWE. This is NXT. Because there is no way, no goddamn way, that I have to live with NXT and WWE being part of the same company. I refuse. I'd rather be in denial because it just makes me mad when I realize you won't see any of this in Vince's world. You won't see this effort in Vince's world. You won't get an organic feeling of actual happy ending. Instead, you'll get the forced contrivedness of Cena having to hug a kid, even though everyone agreed that Bray Wyatt should have won at WrestleMania. You won't get that in Vince's world, which is why I am glad when I hear the reports that Vince McMahon's insanity is finally going to be his ultimate undoing when he launches XFL and Triple H gets to take over the main roster more. I had to wait an extra or so year for that. So yeah, we're going to get crap for a while till XFL is officially ready for relaunch. So, yes, NXT TakeOver New Orleans has defeated WrestleMania. There is no way they'll be able to top this. They can barely even get an okay nowadays without pissing people off. So, yeah, this was awesome. Every match brought something to the table. No match was bad. This is a show that you can rewatch over and over and over. This is a show that you can say, I'm proud to be a wrestling fan because I saw this show. Whereas in WWE, you're kind of getting mixed signals. Like, okay, there's these shows, but aren't you ashamed that that you had to put them in the same category as these horrible shows? So, yeah. This is going to be hard to top. It took several years for our Evolution to be topped by Brooklyn 3. They finally found a way to top it within less than a year. There is never going to be this is just awesome. The show was great. It was emotional. And here's the kicker. The main event didn't need a title. It just needed a story and pure hatred in it. And Tommaso Ciampa, imagine if he had actually won the match. He would have been horribly vilified. Like, I wouldn't have been surprised if fans stormed over the security rails to get to Tommaso Ciampa if he'd beaten Johnny Gargano. Because I think the fans also realized, oh wait, oh god, he's gonna make his debut on SmackDown or Raw. He's gonna be ruined. He's not gonna be Johnny freaking Wrestling. So yeah, this was awesome. NXT. It's over. WrestleMania weekend's over for me. There's no way WrestleMania is going to even top this. Let's just call this now Wrestling Weekend. Hashtag Wrestling Weekend. Or hashtag NXT Weekend. Because we all know that WrestleMania weekend is practically dead if NXT is going to keep kicking their ass. Or any independent wrestling show is going to keep kicking WrestleMania's ass. So I just call it Wrestling Weekend. Let's get that going. So those were my thoughts on NXT TakeOver New Orleans. This was Neo Reality Entertainment. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and donate. Stay tuned for more.